Hello and welcome to a new CraftySniper's Airsoft videos. Now, I linked a video from Nick Lawrence, the gun tech at Lincolnshire Airsoft Club, through to my CraftySniper Facebook page, and he was showing off how to look after a gas blowback 1911 pistol. Well, I've decided to do one of those videos myself, only I'm not using a pistol, I'm using this. This is my GHK AK-74 rifle, and I'm going to show you guys how I look after this particular gas rifle. And all you're going to need is some tissue and some silicone oil and a rough nozzle, a rough idea even, of how to strip these rifles down, which is dead simple. So first of all, drop the magazine. You don't need that. Put the magazine to one side. I will do a video actually showing off how to look after the magazines as well, but that's in the future. Take the top cover off, like so. Now, with all the parts that are going to come out this gun, I like to put kitchen roll, piece of white kitchen roll here, so that I can actually put all the parts on there and actually look at all the parts. This is a lot easier with this gun because there isn't many small parts, but when you've got screws and whatnot, it's nice to know that all the screws are there and you can see them very well. So take the recoil spring out. Then we put the gun into semi-automatic or fully automatic, it doesn't matter which, but it can't be in safe. Oh, sorry, missing a part there. Should take out this stopper here, this buffer stop is it? I can't remember exactly what the technical term is for it, but it's just a lump of plastic. And now we can roll back the nozzle here and the recoil weight, and that comes out. And that is a stripped down AK-74 by GHK. Very, very simple. Like I say, a monkey can do this job. If I can do it, you certainly can. Right, first things first, we're going to look at the firing mechanism here. The trigger, the pin, and all that kind of stuff. The mechanisms in here. I won't take this apart, but basically, trust me, there's a lot of pieces in here that all need to work together. A lot of metal on metal action going on here. So what we're going to have to do is to aid that. We get our silicone spray. And just spray it in. It's that simple. What I would say, a piece of advice, that's where we just put the silicone oil, and that's the start of the hop and bucking and inner barrel. We do not want silicone spray in there. So what I normally do is just put my finger on the end of that just to make sure that I'm not spraying any into there. Another piece of advice is when this rifle's all back to being assembled, storing it on its stock at the back here, to make sure that if there are any loose lubricant that's free flowing around here, just to make sure it doesn't actually go down the barrel, because if you do that, it will ruin your hot bucking for the next, I don't know, 500 rounds or so. So then we go to the nozzle, which is this here, and on the AK, slides forward. It's not held in a spring or anything, and this one's actually in very, very good state actually. What we're looking for is a black O-ring and a grey O-ring. Obviously O-rings made out of rubber, so they do need to be looked after. So again, getting the silicone spray and just adding a bit onto there and working the mechanism so that it gets all the silicone oil round to the top part, which we can't actually get to without disassembling this whole thing. It's not that difficult, because I think you just pop this little pin out here. But I'm not going to do that because you don't need to do this for the basic maintenance. Now, while this part is actually out, we can actually look at the state of the actual metal housing for the nozzle, and we can see there's a little bit of scraping going on here, a bit of scraping going on here, and here as well. There's nothing too bad, no sharp edges, it's just general wear and tear. But yeah, there's a little bit on here as well. But again, it's kind of uniformly put around the actual metal mechanism here, so it's nothing we really need to worry about, I should say. Another thing to look for on the GHK AK is this is your recoil weight, or your felt weight. This can unscrew. In fact, it does unscrew every single time. You can actually take this all off, and you can put in upgraded, heavier weights if you want to feel that extra kick. What I would do is put some PTFE tape in here if I was using this rifle a lot, and just, you know, it holds it in place. There's no way if this cannot come off. This cannot fall out when it's inside the gun, so there's no reason to worry about that. Also put some lube, some spray on the actual outside of it, because obviously, like I say, there's obviously some scraping going on. Nothing too much, but just enough just to get it a little bit wet. Then moving on to the recoil spring here. Again, this is just a spring that runs up and down the metal prongs in here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to spray that as well. Nothing too much, but enough just to cover the whole device. Right, now that's done. Basically, it's time to reassemble the whole rifle. So what we do is, everything that we just did, we do it again in reverse. So, first of all, we get the nozzle and weight and all that. Slide it in, get it into its track, and push it forward. Buffer stop, or block, or whatever they want to call it on an AK. Then we get hold of the spring, putting it in the hole there, and pushing it in so you can mount it into the rear part of the rifle here. And that's just checking everything is nice and straight, everything is okay. Then we put the top cover on. This is the trickiest part really, getting it all nice and lined up, because you have to line it up in a little gap just there. Once it is lined up, give it a chop, and there it is. Rifle's fully back and hopefully working. Won't obviously fire it, but we will just test the theory. There you go, and that is the GHK AK-74, all back in working order. And I hope you found this video very informative. You can use tips from this video with me looking after this rifle on your, let's say, WE product, because most gas rifles all split down pretty much the same, very simplistic way. But this is something you really do need to learn if you've got a gas rifle, a gas pistol, or anything like that. So, like I say, I hope you found this video informative, and I will be doing another video in the future showing off how to look after the gas magazines, whether it be pistol mags or a rifle magazine like this one. So yeah, stay safe, and I will see you on the airsoft field very, very soon.